So, all right. As I was saying, last time we were looking at semester test 2, paper B. By the way, if you have any question, if you want me to go through anything specific, you can ask. I can always, do something you would like me to do. So, but in any case, we have to try and finish this paper. So, as I was saying, does anyone know when you're writing your semester test? Anyone? When I write in the semester test? Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay. Okay. So all the best. Yeah, I'm probably just. You should be probably ready by now. So unless you have like a specific question, because I'm just going to go over the same things again. Okay. So, uh, so last time the question was about an ellipse. So building ellipses in an image, and we had done already class basics. We created a UJ image class. We created an ellipse illustrator class. We had the illustrate method, but we had not implemented the method yet in the delegated class. So we had the ellipse for with the structure, the data, the record structure for our ellipse, having the different positions. So these positions, x, which is the what is this? Well, just the value of the xy axis for xy coordinate for the circle, for the point of the circle, and a and b, which are like the semi-minor and semi-major axis. So the next task was to add an overloaded assignment operator. So we actually did this. We did the assignment operator. We did the stream-based input for the image, for the UJ image. We added the support for equality testing. We did the record structure for this. So I think the thing that was left was to implement the illustrate method, to implement this inheritance as well, to add the virtual methods, mutator functions for semi-major and semi-minor axis, and also add a member function to load the details of a set of ellipses from the binary file, then draw those ellipses onto the image. So we will do that. So add a member function that will save the content of the image to the text file in the P3 ppm. We will also do that. So in all cases, the functions will take the name of the file as the parameters and close the file when it's finished. See the description of the following page. Okay, for the bonus, I don't think we will be able to do that, but yeah, let's try and do as much as we can. So we had our UJ image class here with the methods. So we have the UJ color, red, green, blue. We had the overloaded assignment, equality, and stream operators. So we had not implemented these two methods here. So let me see. Okay, let me close this. Alright, so we'll start by implementing the load from data. So load a, because the question says we have to add a member function for loading the details of a set of ellipses from the binary file, then draw those ellipses onto the image. So you will have this so firstly we create a record, an empty record for the ellipse. So remember we have the ellipse. Okay, I call it ellipse component. I have a draw method here for I think I did some changes here, but I'll show you what I changed. Int. So we have to firstly get the number of records. Number of records equals to count record, but we'll get to this function now. Count record, and we pass in the name of the file. So in the count method function, what we need to do is we create a file stream. I hope I included the library. Let me check the library. UJ image. Okay, I need to include the file stream. Okay, file stream. Okay, let's see. Okay, well, I'll get to this now. So file stream that I'll put in str file name. So since you are trying to load from a binary file, we'll set the permissions, the accessing to binary, input output stream binary, or input output stream as input since we are trying to load. that but seek b. So this is just to set the pointer for the file. So for traversing the file to start from 0 to the end of the file. And int byte. So byte. Now we have to calculate the number of bytes. So then kind of get the bytes that we obtain from starting from the 0 position to the end of the file. So this will give us just the total number of bytes. LG. Now after obtaining the number of bytes, we close the file. Close and we return. So since we have the total number of bytes here now, all we need to do is divide by the size of one record, which is one ellipse basically. So we'll say int byte divided by number of divided by the size of ellipse, which is our record right here, this record. So that is how we obtain the count. Next you have to now use the count to say, for example, cout since here, wait, let's see the question. Load the file from the binary file, then draw those ellipses onto the image. So we actually have to let me just check quickly how the format of a ppm image. So okay, we will just this is a bit confusing. I'll just load. So I'll just say if the file is opened. There it is. Any question? Okay, no question. So if the file is opened, so if okay, I have to actually open a file here. Stream file x. So I have to open my file here. So I open it with the permission just like I did here. str file. file name, iOS binary, and the bitwise or iOS in, just like we did when we were counting. Then we have int bytes. Well, uh, well, let's see. So I think we have to free the pixels first. So we check whether the file is opened. Fs pixels that is open. And if it is successfully opened, then we free the memory. So we kind of deallocate the pixels, and then now we have to load it back into memory. So we initialize. So init here takes in the rows and columns. So usually they give the size in the question, the size of the image. Okay, in this case they didn't give. Okay, I'll just assume that the size is, so that the size of the image is just 800 by 600. Now I will look through the rows and columns. In row equals to 0. Okay, there's a question. Okay, can you kindly upload the memo to Eve tonight because you're writing tomorrow? Okay, I'll try sending the solution to the lecturers, but I don't know if they will actually upload it before tomorrow. But in any case, just try and follow the tutorial. Maybe I think if you understand, it will be better than actually, because just in case they don't send it, actually getting the memo or something like that. So maybe just continue attend the tutorial, and then yeah, if you understand, you should be able to develop, because you must have studied by now. I'm sure you're not completely empty, so, or you're not empty, so you know some things. Maybe you just need some clarifications. So yeah. So once we load the bytes, so we look through the rows and columns. So int r less than 800, r plus plus. In any case, there is other tutorials. So I think Mr. Ogwo did upload his code, the one Mr. Situngu did do yesterday as well, to continue, I think. So you can always have a look. There's, I think, multiple tutorials and multiple solutions. So because the format of the semester test is always kind of the same. In any case, even if you completely lost, or like you really think you don't understand the question like whatsoever during the test, just make sure, remember, this is the marking rubric. So if you have a class, so they'll usually tell you create this class, have these attributes, make sure you have this function implemented. Just do what they ask, even if it's not actually, just creating those classes and attributes gives you these marks for free. Like the has a relationship, you have to have a pointer to the class. So you have to create an instance of that class in the content class. Free to max, easy relationship, just have the public, just inheritance hierarchy. That is the okay, this was actually the UML. So this is for the UML. So if you have the constructor, destructor, the .h files, and the .cpp files, you make sure you comment. You have these marks already, even if you have not done the question. And this is standard for any kind of question that they will ask you. Then if you have content class, as I was saying, the ASI relationship, you have these marks, basically composition and delegation. Even if you actually didn't do the actual algorithm of the question. Then if you have a base class, you have the 5 marks for the inheritance. You have the protected. Usually there's a protected visibility for attributes that are private to only the inheritance hierarchy. Usually there's operators. So standard, like the way we implement these operators is usually standard. There's the assignment. There's many kinds. You can have the array one, which is how do we call it, indexing operators. So you can have either a one-dimensional or two-dimensional, depending on what they need for the question. Defining a record, it is a standard with alignment padding disabled. Reading from the file is always the same, just will differ based on the record. Writing for the text file, you see that you can already pass even without actually doing the algorithm of the question. Now, in between this, like the delegation, now you will have to implement the methods. You'll have to do what they ask in the question. And additionally, if if you make use of templates, like you've done templates in class, you will be able to get additional marks, just for making use of templates, even if you don't actually do the question or the algorithm of the question. But just the fact that your classes are templated will give you these marks. DLL is pretty standard as well. They won't give something too complex. Just like the example they did in class, it should be something similar. It's usually one method or something like that. Even the compilation is a standard code that you have to write. Exception handling. Yeah, you can create a couple of exceptions just to have the marks. So that's basically that. Thanks, but I wasn't attending this test late, so I want to add the knowledge of this practical also. Okay, sure, no problem. That's okay. All right. So let's continue. So I was looking through the two-dimensional space of pixels. So for integer, int columns equals to 0, c less than 600, c++. Then what you'll do is pixels read. So now you're trying to read the actual bytes from the file. So you read to reinterpret cast. It's usually as a sequence of characters, so like a string, star, and then there is a reference to the actual pixels that you have. Remember the pixels, we have Yeah, so you'll index for each row and each column. So you're actually reading this into this. So whatever comes from the file, you just push it in your variable that you have here, and then you also pass in the size of mm, size of the UJ color. Uh, yeah, the size of the UJ color. Uh, yeah, that's basically that. Actually here, where's actually here I'm supposed to use UJ color because we are using the UJ color. We're not yet at the level of the ellipsis actually. So here we read like pixels, individual pixels. But when like writing, we will be writing in terms of the records of the ellipses. So we'll look at that. Mm. So writing, let me just find it. It's a bit confusing. I think we should let's just try and use ellipse component first. Let's use the ellipse component. Depending on what we require. Let's see. Uh, right. So our next method will be to save to the text file. So I think we don't have a method here. Void save to text file. So to save, you will need a string. Okay, let's implement this method. So save to text of string file text into str. So you initialize the output file stream, then you push whatever you need, but let's create another method here to actually break down how we will save the records individually. So sorry, I'm just trying to. Okay, so we were told that in the question, I think, add a function to save the content of the image to the to a text file in the ppm format used during the course. So there is There is a standard format for the ppm. I think we will use sorry, it's a bit confusing. I think at a point we have to use the delegated method. Illustrate, yeah. We had to use the illustrate method somehow. Yes, we had to use the illustrate method. So let's implement the illustrate method because it's in the delegated class. Then we will come back to that saving. Okay, to save the content, it's a bit similar to what we had here for the output stream. So it's similar to this. So I'll just copy this here, paste it here. So we'll have a string. We'll get the rows and columns from the actual UJ image. Rows and columns, where are the rows? Okay, get dimension, get rows, but yeah, and then what am I doing? No. Sorry about this. We are actually saving, so it's fine. Remember, when saving, we create um, wait, I'm a bit confused. So I think this method should return a string. This method will return a string. Let's just make this string. And also well, we can leave this as void, but we will actually sorry, I'm just trying to find the method illustrate. Come on, I don't have it here yet. Oh, there we go. So let's see. Because we are actually delegating the drawing to another class. string. Yeah, so I think we should take in a vector of integers. Sorry, okay, let's leave it like this. Let's try to fix the errors first, and then we I think I added a lot of stuff here. Let's fix the errors first, please. So I had not implemented this method, this class yet for ellipse. So I'm just trying to do that. So I'm including the UJ image. Then I just have to implement these methods. So in this method, I will just say ellipse I have ellipses here. So ellipse why is it not finding ellipse? Okay, ellipse component this equal to ellipse. Color. So I'm just trying to set the colors, and the ellipse equals to colors. Then set ellipse. Set ellipse would be just the same thing, because this is when creating the actual ellipse instance. Set the minimum, the major and minor axis. So this would be ellipse dot I'm wondering why it's not with the completing here. I think I need to do a forward class declaration. But what's happening now? UJ color. This is UJ color right here. Include ellipse. Should be fine now. But why is it complaining? Okay, let's see. UJ color. I have included UJ image here, and UJ color is in the UJ image. Any idea? Let's see. UJ color. Come on. Seriously. Why does it not know about UJ color? I'm not sure what is happening. or perhaps it's because of this. UJ color. This is really weird. Okay, I'll close this project maybe. Start back from. I had another project here. Okay, this one was okay. I really don't understand what is happening. I think I kind of mixed up stuff a little bit. Okay, I think I will start back because this is really confusing. So I'll try to start back again. So what if we copy the UJ image, the UJ color here? I don't know if it's going to work. Redefinition. I think this is not the best solution. Maybe I think there's a mistake with the name of the classes here. Oh my god. Okay. There's a mistake here. I think I have to just name it the same way. Lisp. And then come on. Oh. Sorry guys, this tutorial is not really going. Not sure. How can I do this? I think I opened the wrong thing or something. Let's just close it. Changes. Or maybe, maybe I should say UJ image here. But let's try UJ image. Let's see. Even UJ image. This is like really weird. Oh my god. I really don't know what's happening, but okay, you guys maybe have a suggestion. Okay, maybe you would like me to go through something maybe that can help you for the test, because at this point I'm stuck. I think figuring this out, I would have to start back the project again, and yeah, it's gonna be over the tutorial. So maybe instead I could go through some specific aspects for your test tomorrow. Anything, any suggestion maybe? Well, can you say something so that I know you're actually hearing me? I don't know. Okay, the important stuff. What can I say? So very important, like I said, you have the mark sheet here. You know what to go over, like revise your UML. So what happens is once you get the question right, you get the question, you'll get some additional files that you'll start with. So you'll have your main, you'll have your CPP file, you'll have your classes. So you start by reading the entire question. So you read the entire question and everything, and you see the mark sheet and everything. Then you go back to the start of the question again. Then you see, you start following the steps. Like they'll tell you you've been provided with these files, these files, these files. If you look at all the papers, they kind of look similar. It's just a different scenario. You know, it's always, this is 2020. The one Prof. Coulter did, I think, yeah, this is 2020. So you have the format as such, and then you have to, you have to just follow the steps because they give you a sequence of steps like T0, you have to do the design, T1, T2. Same thing here, you have T1, T0, T2, T3. So you start by creating your classes as they ask you here. You create the classes, then you create your two-dimensional array. Based on the question, you will create the class that will be delegated the tasks. So you'll implement the methods, you delegate the methods, then you'll have to create classes for the inheritance, create the inheritance hierarchy. Then you also add, you define the structures. You usually have the structure. So what you need to know, like what you need to have in hand, always have your these operators masters. So master all the different operators, assignment, comparison, input stream, output stream operator, indexing operator, one-dimensional, two-dimensional. Master how to read and write from a binary file. So just take one of the solutions on if, like one of the past papers, and then with the provided solution, because it's usually reading and writing with binary, with record files, with record structures. So you master how to read and write to binary files. Then the rest is because if you have this while making sure your program compiles, then you should be already, you can have a distinction even without actually having like something, I would say, working, that is actually working. If you just follow the steps and have all these classes implemented, all these things working, then you should be fine. Just make sure you can have some test input just to see that it's working. Once you've implemented all of this, if you want, you can also go for templates, but I suggest you go for this only when you've actually had something working. Then you can add some, even if it's not working properly, then the templates can maybe top up your marks if you want high marks or exception handling or this. So yeah, so that's basically that. Any other question? Okay, guys. Thank you so much. All the best for tomorrow. So just keep practicing. Just take one of the solutions you have, and if you redo the question, you make sure you know the things off by head, and since the test is remote, just make sure you have the things that are standard in hand so that you're able to use it whenever you need, and you'll be fine. It's not that hard. Just you know. All right. Stop the recording here.